I do not trust YouTube, Google, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. But when Tony posts stuff about, Amazon affiliate, whatever, and he used to make more, I think, in previous years, and now they're chopping it because they control the flow of your money.
All right, so here was the prompt we talked about last week. We've talked about this before. I think Dave was con and Tony was pro. And I was sort of like, yeah, that makes sense. And now I think it's becoming more and more of a reality because I don't think we talked about this for a while, which is this clinic I'm about to describe possible in the near future, which is patients don't pay a copay, patients don't pay a membership fee, but a clinic is able to understand that they're in an attention economy and run a clinic just based on the revenue that you can create from the attention that the clinic actually demands. And then I remember we always look for the first time we talked about this, like, well, is there a model like this that exists outside of healthcare? And then I forget who said it, but it was Judge Judy and all those courtroom shows. Like, if you don't know how those work, if I'm suing Tony and Dave's the judge, before we go in, we just sign like, this is binding, whatever they say goes, but we're paid a fee. So if I sue Tony for $10,000 and Dave's the judge and says, guilty, Jimmy owes the money, they just pay it because they know they can sell more commercials during that episode that'll pay for all those fees. So they're like, we need more cases. That's our problem. We need more content. So that model, I mean, Judge Wapner, Judge Judy, they've been around for a gajillion years, and now there's 32 of them. There's all the, if you stayed home during the day, that's all those things. So I was like, I don't know, is this possible? Like, it's cute on TV, but is this possible? And I said, what would happen what would MrBeast and his team do in the first 30, 60, 90? Well, they would make challenges, right? I want to see people do things. There needs to be an element of failure. I have to see what happens next. Like, that's the thing. I know, like, that's the element of any good story. When you're telling a story about Thanksgiving, you're like, and then what happens? And like, then the poker game. And then we start doing shot skis or whatever people do in Ohio, right? Like, but that's how you tell a good story. So free evals, free plans of care, patients walk out 10 times better, but everything's got to, you have to sign the rights away and be like, all right, I really want this, but we're also going to make you a star, kid. I think it would be, pay this patient $1,000 if they can do the perfect squat. And then they bring someone in, like Doug Adams or something with his tech, and they can measure is there anybody that can do a perfect squat where they go straight? I don't know. But the answer is, can you get enough views to make that pay more than you would have earned on the copay to cover overhead? So ad revenue sponsorships presented by, TheraBand or whatever you want to do, affiliate links, merch, creator collaborations. There's a lot of PTs now. 10,000 followers on Instagram used to be a big deal. Now we're talking in millions. Like, these are millions, right? Corporate challenges. Why doesn't, think about this. How many employees does an organization like ATI or Athletico? I'm not picking on either of them, but they've got thousands of employees. I can look that number up. How many followers do they have? My bet is less than employees, or close. Like, the proportion isn't there. You can't even get your own employees to follow. Why? Because you're not leading. MrBeast would lead. He'd do brand integrations. He would be on the phone with Hyperice, and everybody would be walking out with a Theragun. It would be your parting gift, right? Every time. So I think that we're not there yet, but is anything that I said, like, out of the realm of recent, like, near future possibilities so far?
Dave?
Well, I wanted to ask, do you guys think that MrBeast videos is that a form of reality TV? Like, we have reality TV like Survivor and all, like the Kardashians. So you guys agree it's a form of reality TV?
Yes.
I think this would be a fascinating experiment if a physical therapy practice did this. In my opinion, when you watch, I don't watch any of this stuff, but like The Bachelor and all this like ridiculous crap.
It's okay.
We know that there are certain people, especially in the US, certain people that's how they actually are. But then a lot of these networks and the producers, and they find people on these reality shows or for these reality shows, and they kind of ham it up, and they they know they lean into like the negative, controversial stuff, whatever the behavior is, right? So my thoughts on this would be if you did this for a physical therapy practice, if the whole intention was we want to get eyeballs, attention, brands, sponsorships, partnerships, whatever, you move away from, I believe, Tony will probably push back, you move away from the individual patient and clients results that they care about. Now, of course, if it was Tony's clinic, some people with these total knee replacement, post-surgical rehabs, they're still going to get a little bit better. They're going to get a little bit more range of motion. But like, let's just say plug and play. Tomorrow, this reality show is in Tony's clinic all of a sudden. And now all of a sudden it's like no insurance. They're not taking insurance. They're not collecting co-pays. People are just coming in and out. I believe that it would be less focused on results. And then therefore you would have people that are like, they're coming and maybe that's part of the mental therapy and they're socializing and all that, maybe. But I think you'd be moving away from actual things that are a little more directly valuable that you can charge for. And that's like a fork in the road. And I want to go results based because I can charge more for that. Okay. And you want to go the other way.
Let me change the angle slightly. What's the guy's name? I always forget his name. The guy who runs the Savannah Bananas.
Jesse Cole.
What if it was run by Jesse? Like they're similar in mindset, but Jesse does not care about players. I mean, he does, but he cares about the fans. So
right. But they also still charge ticket price and they also charge for merch. So
1,000%. Brilliant. They understand who the audience is. My point in saying that is, if you said what if your angle wasn't attention first? Because I also don't think MrBeast starts out with attention first. I think he starts out with, can I make an amazing thing for these people to stop them in their tracks to come? And we've talked about this.
Well, I think that is attention first, the way MrBeast thinks.
Yeah. All right. So yes. But what I'm saying is like, so what if you took Dave's angle, which is like, it has to be great for the patient. But also, like, if I walked into 100 PT clinics tomorrow, am I seeing Banana Ball or MrBeast? I did a live stream yesterday, and Rebecca Griffith, the EDDPT, was like, I have my kid in the lobby at a children's hospital, and you know what I saw? Lego art and big buttons for kid depression and balloon. And then you go into a urology office now, and what do you see?
White walls.
White, yeah. Beige, everything. Feral, everything. The question is, what if you just approached everything like Banana Ball and you were like, we're going to make it fun and exciting. So maybe I'm just like, so I see what you're saying. So first of all, good or bad, clickbait is bad unless it's clickbait to get tested for prostate cancer, right? Like if you use the same elements for good, it's neither good nor a sword is bad. Unless you're trying to defend yourself from a dragon. I don't know why I went full sci-fi on that, but I did. So, yes, but my thing is everybody would have said Jesse from Savannah Bananas was insane, and he was, until you're not. And then everybody cheers for you and buys your T-shirt. I don't know. By the way, we have a new sponsor. I got to read the sponsor ad. Today's show brought to you by the TheraBlast 9000, the only massage gun with 3 speeds, gentle, aggressive, and did I just black out? Use promo code breakfast for 10% off and a free ice pack. Like,
what is this?
Dave missed last week, so we got to know what you're doing.
We're now doing fake commercials until someone laughs enough and shares the fake commercials that gets to someone who goes, I'd pay for that. I'll pay for an ad. How much do I have to give? I'll say this. How about this is a twist? Oh, look at this, a twist. I just heard on the news as I was walking in. Today's Giving Tuesday. I'll read your live read on our live stream. I want no money. I want you to donate to a charity. It's got to be a charity. Do you know what I mean? Like, so we could just sell charity donations because people listen to this and we are this in the world. Like, Tony, you just shared a Facebook page with me, and I assume you want me to bring it on the screen.
Yeah, like this is a great example. If you pull it up, I think I've shared it on my Facebook page. If people don't know, what is it? Jeremiah Daniel Johnson, yeah.
Yes.
He is hilarious. When you first see it, Dave, like, have you go to another video? You got to see the first, like, the hook of each video. Go to a different video Look at the picture and then look at him.
Oh my God.
Go to another one.
How to work out nuts.
Go to another one. Go to another.
How to work out Battleship Koopa.
So like you would think he's being so offensive, abrasive, like everybody would hate him. He shows these horrible body images and then dresses like the body image. But people love him. He's got 2.5 million followers. And he's a personal trainer and he shows these simple exercises. And, you know, his whole thing is how you can exercise at any level. It blows my mind. So going back to some of what we were talking about, like this guy knows how to grab attention. This guy knows how to monetize the attention. Most of those videos are just simple ads for him to get personal training clients. But at 2.5 million followers, I don't know the volume, but let me just tell you real quick.
That's the thing.
I just hit 40,000 followers on Facebook. I made $1,000 last month. Do the math, whatever that math is, to take me to 2.5 million from 40,000. It's not going to be a perfect multiple, but yes, he is making more than enough money just from Facebook, not counting all the other media, not counting all the other endorsements and all the other stuff that he's probably got. And at first glance, and I shared it because I was curious what the PTs would say. 2 women, at least, that I saw, both of them were like, I love this guy. At first I was offended and then I fell in love with him, because you realize he's genuinely trying to do things to help.
62K. If the math stayed true, if your 40,000 followers got you 1,000, 2.5 million would get you 60K a month. So like in theory, so I know this doesn't make any sense when you first look at it, but it's also like, how do you earn $1 million a year? It's like, that's a lot of money. It's like, it is a lot of money. But if you broke it down by quarters or months, you're like, oh, now this means
a month.
How do you eat the elephant, right? So it's like, well, how long did it take him to get there? But people are getting to 2.5 million followers faster and faster. Why? Because they're coming for every minute of every second of your day in terms of attention. And so we are in an attention economy. I have the videos, and I think I shared them with you. Dick's Sporting Goods is opening a content studio. That doesn't make any sense. Dick's Sporting Goods used to buy commercials on ESPN in a 30 for 30 or in SportsCenter. They will continue to do that. But they understand that the maths. I don't know how much starting a movie studio costs. Millions of dollars. But they're saying whatever that millions of dollars is, it's a drop in the bucket because now we control the whole vertical. We can make a documentary about the Little League team from middle of nowhere, Montana, that Dick's gave all the equipment to, follow them just like they do in that NFL. What's the NFL thing that they do?
Combine?
No, they follow a team like from preseason every year.
Oh, Hard Knocks?
Hard Knocks. So essentially, it's a documentary every year. They picked the Jets one year. I was like, did you think the Jets were going to go? But whatever. I mean, good decision, I guess. You got to bet on a long shot. But Chick-fil-A is opening a content studio because I imagine Chick-fil-A buying ads on the Hallmark channel because they're like, this goes with our values. And they will. But now you are beholden to whatever ad space is available, whatever Hallmark channel says it's worth, and the price can go up and down. Or you just build your own studio. Again, I just looked it up. How many, I gotta see, how many employees do you think ATI?
I'm going to say 17,000.
I don't know. I'm ChatGPTing that right now. But I'm saying more than 5,000 clinicians and support staff between 5 and 7,000. They have 7,000 followers on Instagram. You're telling me those PTs, those 5,000 clinicians don't touch 100 lives a week? But they're not telling the patient stories. They're not telling the clinician stories. So your story doesn't spread.
So I'm going that way, obviously. Like my time is more media than patient care. Dave is not. So I would ask Dave, because I don't think he disagrees. I don't think Dave says, no, it's a terrible idea. Don't start a media company. Don't do those things. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to watch your videos. But I think Dave sees a bigger opportunity for what he wants to achieve going a different direction. So I want to hear from Dave, like, why don't you say no to a million things? We all do.
Yeah.
Why is this something, Dave, you're saying no to? You're kind of dipping a toe in that water, and that's awesome, but it's not your primary focus.
So I'm doing more video. You see me posting more stuff on Instagram and Facebook and all that. So I definitely understand the value of media. We're now focused on, I am actually day to day, I think of you guys and I'm like, man, how do these guys do, how do these guys do 1 or 2 or 3 posts a day? And some days I'm trying to get, 2 out and some days I don't or whatever. So I need to outsource that and work on that. But the real crux of this is what we haven't really talked about, which is I don't believe or really care about the long-term of any of these dollars coming from these platforms. This is where I believe that I want to be paid by either the client, patient, customer, or things that Tony and Jimmy have mentioned before, which is being paid from brands or sponsorships. Yes. I do not trust YouTube, Google, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. But when Tony posts stuff about, Amazon affiliate, whatever, and he used to make more, I think, in previous years, and now they're chopping it because they control the flow of your money. So forget, in my belief, forget any of this monetization of anything on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or anything. Work on the brand sponsorships that you can contact, you can sell. Jimmy, you're trying to get into different associations with your offering. Yeah. And I think is, I'd be curious to see, flip it back on Tony because Tony's getting free products and he's getting companies to reach out to him and all that. And that's amazing. And I think that in the bigger companies that you can sell to directly, and then that there's some type of clause or an agreement where they cannot rip the carpet out from underneath you, that the way that Google and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok will.
Yes. So let me rephrase. I think any money you get, like Tony's getting $1,000 a month from Facebook, that's your utility payment. Like that's couch cushion. That's couch cushion money. Not to say $1,000 extra a month is not a lot. That's money that comes, because in a year or two, that might be the same number of followers, $250, because now there's more people. I'm saying exactly what you're saying, which is the ATIs of the world have 7,000 followers on Instagram. They should have 250,000. They don't. Why? And I'm saying this out of love. I'm not picking on ATI. It's large organizations. There's so many people that have to approve stuff. So I'm saying to individuals, like for Dave, it makes most sense to be a content creation company first. I'm not saying take the copay now, but if you focused on this, you'd need to outsource this because Dave should not be editing a video. Dave should just be
I literally don't know how to edit videos. So
you should be Gary V and I'd be curious. I'd be curious if a buddy like my friend Drew followed Dave around with no prompts. You get someone who knows what to do, like Drew or another videographer, and just say, follow me around. No camera for the first day or whatever. And then once they're like, I got the rhythm. Like you don't need to explain to like a really good drummer what's about to happen. You're just like, start playing your guitar. I'll figure it out. That's what a good videographer, in my opinion, can do. After day 2 or 3, I got your 2 or 3 different stories that the formats that we're just going to tell over. And when that gets you so much, the idea is so much attention this much attention translates to this many phone calls, to this many booked things, but then this grows. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that for you can monetize the attention to booked appointments. And then I'm saying do exactly what you're saying, which is reach out to whatever brands you want. And you're like, I could be carrying around your massage gun or whatever tool I use. I tried to leverage it last week. Did you see I only did it once and I did a half-assed job because I was sort of pissed. I played men's beer league hockey because I still think I'm 20 something years old.
Oh yeah. I saw you tagged, what was the skate company, the equipment company?
Grauer. Because when I bought it 4 years ago, they were like, this is the fancy one and you should get this. And then I block one shot. I play with a bunch of dudes that are in their 40s. And for the non-hockey experts out there, at no point should your skate be a convertible. Your toes should never be visible during a hockey game. So I reached out to Graf silently and I was like, what's the warranty? These things are 3.5, 4 years old. Like that shouldn't happen. Nothing. So then I went online. I was like, hey, Bauer Hockey, if I jump ship and come your way, my toes stay in the skate, right? But you see how that, like now all of a sudden attention is valuable. I feel like someone like Dave, who has little to no overhead in terms of brick and mortar, you being a content...
Jimmy, we do have a brick and mortar in Midtown, Manhattan.
Oh, I didn't know that. Why did I not know that?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Thank you. All right, at least I'm not paying attention.
At 57 we are outpatient as well. It's basically like a sublease, but we have an office for the busy professionals who don't want a house visit, a home call, a house call, or a home PT, whatever.
I did not know that. Either I missed it or you never said it. I don't know. But what I'm saying,
and more of the content coming out. More of the content coming out from there. I was just there yesterday doing content.
See, that's what I'm saying. So this is my idea. Like, if MrBeast decided I'm going to be a PT tomorrow, this is what he would do, and you know he would succeed in some way. Now, you have to measure what success looks like. I think the thing that Dave brings up in terms of like, you can't just chase views, you have to chase results. Agreed, 100% agreed. So do it like Jesse from the Savannah Bananas, which is like patience first. We're gonna smush patient first in your face 50 different ways, but make it fun. Make me want to come there. Make your list. Savannah, you can't buy a Savannah Bananas ticket right now. You can't. The waiting list is out the roof because they understand who they overserve. I was just watching a video with him this morning. Dave's a baseball guy. You can't play music as soon as the pitcher starts to pitch. You got, if you're the music guy in the stadium, because it might be distracting. And they're like, Jesse's like, dude, they're professionals. You really think they can't do it while, Cotton Eye Joe is playing? They can do it. Trust me. So they do that all the time because they're like, who does that music for? It's for, so they literally do everything opposite. So it'd be funny to flip everything except patient first.
But see, this is the thing. Now, Jimmy, I shared an ad that I want to get Dave's feedback on because this might be kind of in his world. But while you're pulling that up.
Where did you share that?
In the private chat in StreamYard.
Oh, okay.
When I am in the clinic, I don't choose the music that I like, right? I saw that same clip about Banana Ball. I choose the music that is appropriate to the people in the clinic. If I have a bunch of high school kids at 3:30, I'm going to let them choose the music. I don't even know what the music would be. But when I have my geriatrics in the morning, it's 60s and 70s, it's kind of older music, late 19th century music. But like I'm
19th century,
yeah. 1900s music from the late 1900s.
I have cholera.
But
from the 18 and 1900s.
But I've had staff that they're like they pick music that they want regardless of what the patient wants. This was the whole MLB versus Banana Ball. It's like, are we here for us or are we here for them? Now I am the business owner. I'm here for the staff. I know my patients aren't going to leave because they don't get to hear their favorite song. Right. So I let my staff pick the music that my staff wants to hear because I'm curating an experience for my staff. Hopefully my staff then delivers a good enough experience to the patient, and that's kind of the trickle down the way I see it. But
I can't.
So few therapists really sell what the patient wants. They sell what they want to sell, and they want the patient to want what they're selling. Like it's just all backwards.
Yeah, I can't open that ad. You have to do it. My Facebook is jacked.
Oh, okay. I'll pull it up here. So, Dave, I shared this and on my personal feed, but let me share my screen.
Hold on a second. So, for you, your two biggest problems are patients and hiring, right? What's the
hiring's not a problem because I don't want to hire.
No. For Dave, is hiring still an issue?
No, actually, I am interviewing an excellent candidate right now, and about 10 minutes ago, they emailed back that they agree to a potential start date of January 12th, which is about 6 weeks from right now.
Wow.
But it's always got to be like at least 10% of your vision, right? Because like somebody always. Right. So
the patient demand and the therapist demand. Yeah.
So those are your content types in my mind. Like how do I show, like what's like Ryan Serhan, right? I'm sure he's got, enough people but he's always going, look what I've got next. Look what I've got next. Look what I've got next. He's a movie studio. Look what I've got next. Look what I've got next. I think it's the same thing.
Hey, it's Dave Kittle. Are you a healthcare business owner or physical therapy practice owner who is looking to figure out your succession plan or exit strategy? We might be able to help. And in fact, we may be interested in acquiring your practice. If you're interested, you can reach out to me. Shoot me an email at dave@conciergepainrelief.com. That's DAVE@CONCIERGE painrelief.com. Or you can call me at any time, 646-781-8884.